What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're gonna have another look at Grid Legends. Hey, you stop burning. And we're gonna be doing it at 3440 by 1440. Got everything all set up and ready to go. Well, no, I lied. There's one thing I need. Need to go grab my controller. There's no way I'm gonna be doing this without a controller. No way. Trying to do driving games with a keyboard and mouse? No. So, I'm gonna go grab that, and then we'll have a quick look at some settings.
Well, alright guys, let's have a quick look at the display settings here for ultra wide. Just gonna show the screen one time just to show you guys we are on 3440 by 1440. And there we go. Now why don't we go and hop and look at the ultra low settings. Here we are looking at some ultra low settings really fast. So we'll just scroll through these real quick and then we will go do the benchmark really fast. Oh, let's turn that off. We don't want that bunking up our results. Here we go, reach it, and we will do this variable rate shading at the very end. Well, benchmark just got done. So, here's what we got for ultra low. There's the frame time. Here's all the, well, what I would call info. Now, here's the results. 220, 167, 125, and 269. Average CPU and GPU frame times. And now, into the game we go. Alright, so starting off ultra low gameplay here. Bashed into those tires pretty good, didn't I? Oh man. Get out of my way. Not easy to get past these guys. There's not much width on the side of this track. And everybody's all spread out. There we go. Maybe I can go up the side a little teensy bit. Nope. They're blocking me out. He just tried to pit maneuver me. But it failed, luckily. Here we go, we're getting past him now. Oh man, I almost messed up real bad there. I would have hit my nose on that wall, it probably would have turned me sideways and I would have been last place like that. And who wants to be last place? Certainly not me. And again, fuck you, tires. I will get away, I will definitely get around you, Freya Thompson. You have been passed, and now I'm in first. So, this looks like a great place to move on.
Well, alright, we're on very ultra low to start with. I almost call it very low, but in this game they call it ultra low. And while ultra low gives us the most FPS, it's also the most stuttery of them all. But still, pretty damn smooth compared to a lot of games. I'm excited to try that Stray game out. I like cats. I think that would be a fun one for the laptop and for the Steam Deck. Although it looks like another one. New games probably aren't going to be able to get much over 30 FPS on that thing, but who cares?
18.0.
I can forgive 30 FPS if it's like not super dropping or looks like absolute ass all at the same time. That's why I locked it at Elden Ring 30, because I could still have it on pretty high settings, and for a game like that, 30 is fine. And I save battery by doing that too. Now I have been sitting there trying to figure out if I can get it to get a solid 40, but so far I haven't had any luck. But I have a feeling this laptop could do it no problem, at least at 1440p and 1080p. But once you get to these kind of resolutions, it can be kind of up in the air. That was really close to hitting the freaking wall.
moving right along to some just low settings now. So let's have a quick look at all of the low settings. And we would do variable rate shading at the very end. So let's do a benchmark now. Now the benchmark for low's all finished. Here's the little bar graph for the frame times. There's a big old spike there. Here's our game version CPU, system memory, GPU memory and all that. Average FPS 194, 147, 90, 241, and then there's our two CPU and GPU frame time. Alright, so now for some low gameplay. So let's see how it does. And hopefully this audio is much better than before. Man, I almost feel like I'm a radio announcer sitting here talking into this thing. I just have to remember, I don't have wireless headphones on. I can't just bend back and move all around. I kind of have to stay in one spot or my voice will get all weird. That's the one thing I gotta practice. I'm so used to just being able to do whatever, since I'm just used to wearing a wireless headset and talking into its wireless mic. Which I'm not gonna lie, none of my mics were really that terrible. This one just sounds a little better, that's all. And I'm alright with that. Every little bit I can improve for you guys, the better. I just really like how this thing doesn't max out gain or anything, so yeah, I shouldn't be clipping out and having weird noises, especially for headphone users. I'm sure some of my videos were annoying. But at the same time, hopefully they all helped people make informed purchasing decisions. That is what they're all for, after all. Alright though, why don't we move on?
Well, now we're on low. Getting some camera reported gameplay here. Little tiny drift tap there. Go. We did that corner pretty good that time. But it says I have to like level up stuff more before I can continue. I did like all of these races I could do, so I'm just redoing some, trying to unlock some more stuff. But there's also the trial, so they've got all sorts of stuff just like locked. I like it when they just don't unlock anything and it's just like, hey, you have 10 hours. It's basically the full game otherwise. That's a much better way to do things, but it is what it is. I'm glad they let me do this at all, or I wouldn't be able to make this video for you guys, because I'm not going to spend 60 bucks on a game like this just on a whim to see how it is, you know? I don't mind spending like 20, 30 bucks here and there for people to see if their game they want runs, because half the time I get interested in it too, like that Icarus game. That game is really fun. I still have a lot of fun with it. Though I'm still kind of stuck and can't seem to move on past the first mission, so I'm still just like making mansions and shit. But alright, why don't we move on?
Well, now it's time for us to move on to some medium, so why don't we just have a quick look at all these medium settings, then a benchmark, and then we can see how it actually does in the game itself. And we will do that guy at the very end, so into a benchmark we go. Now for a medium benchmark. Here is our little frame time graph. Got some pretty bad stutters according to it right there, but I didn't really perceive any of them, but that's just me. There's all of our system info. Now we got 171, 139, 110, 196. And then there's our average frame times. Here we go with some medium gameplay. My headphones just threw up a low battery, so hopefully they have enough battery for me to get through this. Because, I mean, yeah, I could just mute the audio and talk to the mic while watching no sound, but I don't know. I just like listening to what the game's doing at the same time I'm recording. I don't know. Maybe that's also the reason why sometimes I talk a little too loud, though. But I'm hoping this thing will help. Because even if I talk way too loud, it shouldn't, like, pierce everybody's ears. It's supposed to be, like, cutting the mic before it, like, maxes out or something. They use some fancy audio term that I don't understand. I'm an absolute noob when it comes to, like, microphones and all that stuff. Which is exactly why I wanted something easy. Like a USB one. That still sounded good, though. And the other good thing about this one is it's supposed to be really good at cutting down on the background noise that's going on, so maybe not stuff like clicks and taps like keyboard stuff, but I'm hoping you guys can't hear my, like, air purifier and my computer fan swirling. I feel like sometimes with this headset you sometimes could, although that had good noise cancellation, too. All of them did. Besides the V Moda. That one was kind of whatever. Kind of was on the quiet side, too. Anyway, I think it's about time to move on.
Well, now we are on medium graphic settings. Leaving those computers in the dust. Go, go, go! Alright, now we got that fun straightaway. Well, sort of straightaway. They got a little tiny little turn to the left right there. But alright, let's move on.
Now for some high preset. So let's just look through all of these. And there we go. And we will do this variable rate shading dude at the end. Here is the benchmark for high now. Frame times are definitely looking a lot smoother the higher we put our stuff, but that's to be expected. Almost expensive. Average 139, 116, 111, and 156 max. Then there's our frame times for CPU and GPU. So now let's go see how it does in the game. Jumping right into some high gameplay now. We're in Moscow, so it's all snowy. I always think this car's little center exhaust is neat. There's just a little singular tube, which tells me this is more than likely a little 4-cylinder. But it probably weighs next to nothing. It's probably like 1,000 pounds less than my Fiero. It's probably like 1,800 pounds or something like that, so it doesn't need very much power or a big engine to move quick. That's why the old school Shelby Cobra flew. That thing was like 1,800 pounds and had like a 427 in it with like 510 horsepower or something crazy like that. Or it might have been more like 380, but you could like easily tune them up to be like close to like 500. And in something that light, that's crazy. And heck, my little Fiero, when you're like flying at 100, feels like it's going 1,000,000,000 miles an hour, so I can only imagine what it would feel like in a light car with a lot of power. Game definitely looks pretty damn good at 1440p, though, I must say. I really should have sucked it up and at least, like, turned it to manual transmission, because the auto transmission in this game makes some really questionable decisions. It's never in the right gear, which is exactly why I'm always in manual mode, even in automatic cars. I like controlling it myself. Or if you have a Tesla, you don't have any gears at all. You don't even have to worry about it. Still excited to get me that thing. Or possibly a C8 Z06. We'll have to wait and see. But I think it's about time for us to move on.
Well, now we are on high graphics settings. Let's see if I can not smash into any walls here. Nice and smooth on the throttle there for a nice smooth corner. And it is now the final lap.
15.0.
So much snow. But I think we're in Moscow, so it probably does snow there sometimes. Alright though, why don't we move on to the next graphics setting?
Well, now it's time for a little bit of some ultra high preset, which is maxed out other than the variable refresh rate. So let's scroll on through here really fast. And there we go, we'll do that guy next. But now it's time for a benchmark. Benchmark for ultra high is all done. Very smooth frame times this time around. There's our system info up here. I know it has it backwards, but I'm gonna call it that. 118 for average, 97 percentile, 96 min, and 113 max. There's our average frame times for both CPU and GPU. And now, let's get back into the game. Alright, we are now on ultra high, so let's get ourselves a little gameplay in. I think it's crazy, I can like see the heat come off the exhaust at first. Damn, that's a lot of balloons over there too. You can see the waves crashing up against the next to the raceway over here, making some like water vapor and whatnot. That's pretty damn nice details, considering that's just like some stuff going on in the background and it's a racing game. A lot of car racing games don't really give two shits. Oh shit! Well, that sucks. Man, now it doesn't even want to go. Alright, there we go. Man, I thought I was gonna have to restart there. I thought they fucked my car up so bad it wasn't gonna even go. Oh well, we can catch back up though. I don't have them on like super hard difficulty. They're on whatever they are on stock, which is probably medium. Or maybe they call it regular. Who knows? All I know is it's not going to take long to catch up to them. I'll just use Mr. Rick Scott over here. Back to the Future has ruined me. I can't see the name Scott without thinking the dang professor going, "Great Scott!" And man, that's such an old movie by today's standards. But I'm pretty old. 35 is middle-aged, after all. Come on, want to get back into first before we move on to camera. But if the time goes on for too much longer, I'll just have to suck it up. Alright, let's just move on.
Now we got ourselves some ultra high gameplay going on with the camera here. I kind of had a kerfuffle at the beginning here, so let's remedy that now. There we go, now we're back in first. It only took me a lap and some change. As long as I don't muck it up anymore, we're good. We should win. Oh, went in a little too early there. There we go. Much better gear. Man, there's a lot of laps this run. There's 4. And now I don't have to dodge anybody, so I can go around that corner correctly for the first time. Well, alright, why don't we go ahead and move on to the last setting.
Now we're going to turn on variable rate shading. So, beyond that, the rest of the game is completely maxed out though. But figured we'd still look at the settings just so you guys know there's no shenanigans going on. It's not like I turned on variable rate shading and then turned everything down to high to make it look like it's getting way more FPS or something. And there you go, as you can see it is toggled on, so let's run a benchmark, see how it does. Benchmark just got done for variable rate shading, and it's very similar to ultra high, and it should be. It's just ultra high with another toggle. System info up there. This time we averaged 122, 97 percentile was 99, minimum was 97, and max 139. CPU and GPU frame times, and now let's hop back into that game. Alright, now we got variable rate shading on, so let's see how it does, and apparently it's all rainy. Hey, you know what? Let's test this audio out. Why don't we first take a little drink? And also take a hit. Maybe. There we go. I wonder how loud all that was. I guess I'll know once I start making the video. Anyway though, we're still getting excellent FPS. We are not dropping under 60 at all, even while recording. Which means we'll probably be able to max this game out at 4K. Don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but it's looking pretty promising so far. Oh, that could have been so much worse. Anyway, why don't we move on?
Now we got some variable rate shading gameplay here. And now I've upgraded this little guy. Doesn't really feel like I've done much to it, but it is upgraded. Yeah, I probably didn't need to slow down quite that much, but whatever. Better safe than sorry. Alright, let's see if I can not crash into that freaking semi up here. Hell yeah, I can. This is a short track, so there's a lot of laps.
Okay, that last lap was a 1:11.5.
There we go. Starting to kind of learn this track now. Didn't slow down too awful much for that one this time. I mucked that one up a little bit, but that's whatever. I did that one a bunch correctly already. Alright, and now why don't we go wrap this video on up? Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Grid Legend 3440 by 1440 ultra wide. And it did just fine. We never dropped anywhere close to being below 60. So I think we can honestly probably get this game completely maxed out even at 4K, which is pretty awesome. I don't know how old this game is. It just came out on Game Pass, but that doesn't mean it's new by any stretch of the imagination. But anyway, it's time for me to go and move on to 4K or possibly some Steam Deck videos. Plus, I also have a new mic to improve the audio quality for you guys, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. So lots of stuff to do today. Anyway, I'm rambling. Time for us to end. Hope you enjoyed this video, and until the next one, peace out, guys.